Hello and welcome to Jabberjaw. I'm your host, Jessica Dawson Collier, and with me, as always, is Tyson Wheeler Dynas and Matthew David Smith. Guys, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
It's good.
Hello.
Good to see you guys. It's only been a
And
week.
you?
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
been. Look at us on time.
We're back at it.
We're back.
We didn't
We're
even
back.
talk about it. Doss just shot out a thing being like, today at 5:15. We were like, yep. All right, let's do it. So normally there's like a little bit of
That's
scheduling.
how, we can't have time to fuck it up. So
That's
yeah,
right.
I like that
No,
idea.
me
Somebody
too.
just needs to
I
call
think
it.
I'm just going to do that from now on.
You
Later in
should.
the week,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, here we
Yep.
go.
Pick a
Yeah.
day. If you're free, just assume we are. And
Yeah.
yeah,
You know I
Yeah.
am. So.
yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that. You just
Yeah, me
feel,
too.
you're feeling up to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's how we're going to roll.
All
And
right.
everyone else can hear that. Oh, boy. We're off to a good start.
We are.
That's all right.
Oh, man. How
As
has the week been? What have you guys been up to?
Mostly TV, still doing the back thing, so no complaints. I had a caramel apple coated with mini Reese's Pieces
Oh,
last
Interesting.
night
That
and
sounds
very
today.
nice. I haven't had one of those in a while.
sounds fun.
It was,
Where does one obtain such a?
there is a chain of it's not yogurt. It's not ice cream. It's the other one. It's not gelato.
Gelato? Oh,
Nope, it's the
Oh.
other one. Custard.
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 Yeah.
Called Andes, and I think
Okay.
they're kind of all moving around the country. Anyway, around Halloween time they do caramel apples, and so Beth got me one the other night, which was really nice, and I kept forgetting to eat it, and they're huge, and it's caramel, and then just every inch of that caramel is covered in mini Reese's Pieces.
Ugh,
It was a
yum.
sugar bomb. I mean, like
Yeah,
my whole body hurt after half of it. I had to put it away.
I
Like,
bet.
yeah, because like you're like, oh god, if I put this in the fridge, it's gonna turn brown, because it's an apple
Sure.
sliced
Yeah.
up. But I put it in a baggie. That's my pro tip for everyone this week. If you're having a caramel apple, you got to save some of it, put it in a baggie.
Bag it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Little Ziploc bag. Does it
yeah,
depend on the bag? All right.
I don't think
There we
so.
go.
But
Secrets revealed. All
why
right.
waste a freezer bag? But anyway, but yeah, no, yeah. So it's been pretty good, and I got some funny plugs to talk about. So from
Excellent.
just sitting around. How about you guys?
I was
Dig it.
just saying, I was just commenting on my incredibly unremarkable week. That was just, it's like, it just kind of happened. And yeah, I did go to Top Golf. I'd never been to Top Golf. I've been to
Oh, what'd you
kind of an
think?
imitation Top Golf. Yeah, I had a really good time because like my swing didn't suck. Like the last time I did this, I did it like 3 years ago at kind of this like little, it's actually really nice. It's just kind of a smaller version of Top Golf, kind of downtown Indy. Called Back Nine, and so I hadn't probably swung a club in 10 years, and my God, it showed, and it was so frustrating. I was right. I was like that anger from like junior golf was like right back with me, and I was
feel
like,
you.
God damn it! And for whatever reason, like at Top Golf, it went much better. So yeah, it was a nice fundraiser. That we went to as part of Cooler Partners, got some people together, and yeah, it was a good time. Played for about 2.5 hours, and
Hell yeah.
they released an email because I'm on Top Golf's email list because like I told you last week, I'm on every email list, and
right, it's your new thing.
it's my thing now, yeah, and and oh, there might be a cat in the way.
I love it.
And so anyway, they sent an email and they designed this new driver that they guarantee will go straight and won't slice or won't hook. And I was like, how do you do that? I mean, why is it not used by the pros or whatever? I don't know if you guys can see me. I can't see it. I got cat ass in the way.
We can see you
we can see you just fine.
Through the cat ass. It's
great.
Cat ass than you. Yeah, take some, adjusting of the eyes.
Just eat that cat like they're doing in Ohio.
There you go. Yeah, they solved that problem.
He looks delicious. But 17 pounds, mostly muscle. Lean.
That's a good looking cat.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe you had one of those new magic.
So I think there was something I think they called the Sure Shot.
I think that's
Oh.
Which it basically reminded me. And yes, like I started off with like a 7-iron because like that's like I remember them classically saying that was the easiest club to hit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I wanted to set expectations
I say
low.
that like I know.
But then no, but they're like kind of like they're just like really big. Like I remember years they like this is how old I am, and they didn't have these like giant drivers like they do now. Like I think the
Yeah.
Big Bertha or something was like the first one they came out with 20 years ago or something. But yeah, it's fun. Like it's just like
Yeah,
you
I
like
love Top Golf.
I mean you still have to hit the ball.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
perfect, but if you hit it, yeah, they go far and straight. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. So that did up the it's kind of the equivalent of those little like bowling bumper things. I think a little bit, for the kiddos when you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
bowling.
But
But it was
still,
fun. But it makes no. But I like golf can be a frustrating sport. I think they're onto something.
Yes.
Make
Yes, it
everyone a
can.
success. Yes. So
that's right. Well,
yeah, it was
actually,
fun.
at the Top Golf, if you just top the ball like most people do in real life, you can still get a bunch of points because there's a target like 25
Yeah.
feet out from it.
Yeah,
So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
nice.
I think we
True.
paid like the Angry Birds. I think was one of
Oh,
the
Oh,
games they
Angry Birds
had.
is super fun. We
Or
played
you
that
like
a lot. Yeah.
where you like knock and you're right, like if you set it on depending on I think the skill level, like it's really not that much about distance, it's more about kind of accuracy. And yeah, it was fun, it was a lot of fun, it was more fun than I was expecting. There was a taco bar,
oh,
which
nice.
was
Ooh, that's very
there were
nice.
unclaimed drink tickets, which also like I
Ooh.
love that when people aren't claiming their drink tickets, like you snatch those up, wait for them
Hell
to go to
yeah.
the bathroom, pocket those.
Dummies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so got a few drinks in me. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, that
I
was
love
pretty
that.
much that was
Also
the
paid for by the company. So
that's correct for
Hey,
a good
extra
cause
perk
for an
for
extra
a
good
good
cause.
cause.
Yeah, for a
that's
good
really
Nice.
cause.
that's really funny because that's where Beth's company they do their annual birthday at Top Golf.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so must be a
yeah.
thing.
I think that must be like how that company lives is
It
like because there were like 8 other events like at the same time going on. Ours was they were like it is like
I accidentally got lost in our Top Golf in Waukene. You know the Top Golf in Waukene?
what
The one anyway, the one
is
here
it affordable?
You can see it all the way from the Colorado state line.
exactly.
it is it is affordable. Uh, I think I can't remember what Waukene's slogan. I think now it's "Why not Waukene?" I
I
think
think
that's what
that's
the
right.
I
Yeah,
slogan
I
think it
think
is, yes. And
same
I
firm
actually really
apparently.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Why
not?
not?
Yeah.
Why not? I like
Why
that.
not?
Why
Giving up
not?
Yeah.
on
Why
giving
not?
up on everything else. Try Waukene.
Yeah. Why
Um,
not?
but
You can't hold it till Hayes. Like I think
I,
that's their slogan. You
I,
can't hold it till Hayes.
you know what? That's how most people
Hold
know
it till
Waukene.
Hayes.
Yeah.
Woo.
Why should you hold it till Hayes?
Why should you hold
Uh,
it till Hayes? Your
uh,
wife needs to go now. Joaquin,
Oh,
I'm gonna write a letter to the Waukene Chamber of Commerce and suggest that.
you should make that happen.
please,
I will.
please, Tice.
I will.
Use your pull. Yeah.
I will, and
I
I
like
will
that.
scan the letter, and I'll make you guys. I will send you a copy.
Thank you.
But
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
but
Fantastic.
Thank you.
anyway, one time I got lost trying to go to the bathroom, and I ended up in a place I don't think I was supposed to be, and there was literally a room, a call room of people, like 30 people in Topgolf calling businesses and calling. And so that's it. You're right, Matt. That is how they
No
make their money.
shit.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
like
interesting.
they,
That
they
is
do
interesting.
they do active marketing to companies and businesses to try to get and to get. That's
That's
how.
interesting.
Yeah,
Make an extra buck. All right.
they
Yeah,
have their
well,
own call center. So
yeah,
yeah,
it was
That's
fun.
badass.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
good fun.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I haven't been
I'm
to
not.
one in a minute. No, when we lived in Austin, right across from our apartment complex
Oh, I thought
had
you
a
meant
Top Golf.
I thought you meant
So
call
we'd go
center.
all.
Oh, if you're
Oh,
jealous of the call center,
I was like, they're not
I'm
great,
jealous.
Dawson.
Just like that movie Boiler Room,
I
probably.
successfully avoided any of those jobs. So pat on the back for myself again. Uh,
Anyway,
Tyson
sorry,
and
you
I
were in
both.
Austin.
Yeah,
You went in Austin.
yeah. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's it. Yeah,
That's
we
it.
had one in Austin. It was great. The end.
Cool
Uh,
story, bro.
oh, I got a little nostalgic in my head. I was like, oh,
No,
those are some good times. Anyway, but that's cool. That's cool that you did that.
yeah, it's fun.
I'm trying to think what we did. Oh, we celebrated Jonas's 44th birthday all weekend long. We went to a very nice sushi restaurant, omakase style. I don't know if you guys have been to one of those, but
It looked neat.
uh,
It did look very pretty.
yeah, very pretty, very expensive, but very worth it. The head chef, Paul, he was a really sweet guy, really up on his game. The restaurant itself, the front door is in an alleyway, and we literally walked past it the first time, and then we were going back out to the street, saw the sign. And then you walk in, and there's this lovely hostess, and she's like, here are two complimentary cocktails. I'm like, don't mind if I do. And then you're immediately whisked away to Japan. Like, just the design of the place. You go down the stairs, you open up this door, and you immediately walk into this little 12-seater. And this guy is there. He's like the cocktail guy. He's like, what do you guys want to drink? Whatever you have a question about, I'll answer it. And it was just like, from there, you were off. And then 20 courses later, I've never been so full in my life. And I know it's like Japanese cuisine, and I thought, oh, it's not going to be like, it wasn't all sushi. There were really like interesting parts of it. Like, there was a paella with some squid and some squid ink, and there's a couple other things that were really interesting. And we were also drinking a lot, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I don't want to be that person that doesn't finish their plate. Especially since, like, we were having such a great time, and Chef Paul is so sweet, and his sous chef and the hostess and the cocktail guy, like, the whole experience was amazing. But at the end of it, I went to the bathroom and I came out, and I was waiting for Jonas, and everybody else had left. And of course, we wanted to get our picture with him, which I will post because we're idiots and foodies.
I was wondering who that was.
But Chef Paul was like, you didn't finish your cocktail. I'm like, Chef Paul, if I put anything else in my body, it's going to come back out. He's like, and then I was literally like, oh my God, why did I say that to this person? I'm an idiot. That's how I roll, whatever. But that was fun. We did that on Saturday night. And then Sunday, we went with some friends of ours to Rhino in Denver to a really good taco restaurant, which I highly recommend. It is a plug. It's an early plug, but it's called Mr. Oso's. And it's Michelin recommended for everybody who follows the Michelin lists around the world or whatever. So that's for Denver, obviously. But really good tacos. And then we went to Mission Ballroom and went to some metal shows. And I gotta tell you, I was not looking forward to it. I was like, I'm gonna get drunk and I'm already hungover, whatever, it'll be fine. I love our friends that we went with. They're super cool. They're very like goth, I would say. Like, they're very into it more so than us. Jonas and I had such a great time. Like, the first band that played was Ice Nine Kills. Have you guys heard of this band or seen this
I have
band?
not. No, Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah. They're just a bunch of like horror movie nerds that write a bunch of songs about like Friday the 13th and it, and the list goes on and on.
Interesting.
Their production was hilarious. Like, at one point, like, Jason comes up and like he's like killing people on stage, and they were all bloodied, and like it was just very funny. And
They have a
then
song called "Hip to Be Scared," which
yes,
that's pretty funny.
yes, like, that's the kind of shit that was
Tongue in
it.
cheek,
It
kind
was
of. I
funny,
like that.
very,
Yeah, that's
very
cool.
tongue in
Yeah.
cheek. But it was super fun. And then In This Moment headlined, and they were fucking awesome. Like, they were great. I was not expecting to be blown away. I can't remember the lead singer's voice, but she was phenomenal. There was so much smoke in Mission Ballroom. Smith, you'll like this because you've been there.
Yeah.
They literally lost power, and somebody pulled the fire alarm, and the fire truck, like, they had to
No.
come and turn the power back on. So we were just standing there, like,
Oh
holding our
no!
dicks for like 10 minutes while they turned the power back on. It
That's
was
awesome.
hilarious. And then she came back out on stage, and she was just like, hey, trying to talk to the crowd, but we can't hear her because our ears are ringing, but also like, you don't have a mic, girl. But anyway, she came back, put on a hell of a show. The encore, she played like their title song called Whore, and there were balloons that dropped from the ceiling with pentagrams on them, and they had confetti, and it was like the metal show of my dreams. I loved it. I had a great time.
That's
So
very
if
cool.
you ever get the opportunity to see In This Moment, you should. And that was it. I mean, Monday like was Jonas's actual birthday, and I was like, what do you want to do for it? He's like, sleep. So we got like a ribeye steak and some broccolini and some mac and cheese, and made dinner and watched football. And that's it. Like, I feel like that's a lot, but that's
That's
what
a
we've
good.
been up to.
That's a good thing, though. I mean, just chill on your birthday after, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's
Yeah. It was nice. It was really nice. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. And I always like to do birthdays up. Like, birthday, that's a big deal. Like, that is your day. We should celebrate it. And I'm a big proponent of celebrating it all week
I
long.
agree. I agree. It's a
You
week.
know?
You get a
Yeah,
week.
it is
I
a
think
week.
that's fair. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I think
yeah,
I've heard the month thing, and I'm like, that's too
it's a
much.
little
It's
excessive.
a
I
lot.
think. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
a
Yeah.
week is fine.
Maybe for like sort of your benchmark birthdays, like you're 10, you're 21, you're 16, but 46, no
No,
month
yeah.
long. You can't think about it that long
The
because
ones
you'll
the
just get
ones with
sad.
zeros at the end. I think
That's
those are
yes,
big ones. Yeah,
zeros,
Those are
and
big ones. Those are
I
big
like that.
ones.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
yeah. And then
What was it that you told me, Smith, when I turned 29? You were like, what did you say? You're like, it's like looking off the edge, Dawson.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
was
was
so
like,
scared. I
I
was
got
like,
into
what
this
is
thing.
30 gonna
I
be
got into
like?
this thing where I like just sort of like I don't know what age I started doing this at, but like I just start like kind of like just learning to accept the age like 6 months beforehand. So when it finally, so I'm like I'm effectively this age, and so by the time it comes out, you're used to it. And so, but yeah,
I
that's why you need a week to really
Yes.
feel it.
I don't know. I mean, again, I went to a new doctor this last week or this week. I don't remember. Yeah, it was this week, and I told her my age wrong again. And I told her I
What
was
did you
40.
say? What did you say it was?
It said I was 49. I'm 48. I don't know. I mean, if I'm not 50, I might as well be 45. As far in my head, it's like it's a and I remember actually telling a doctor when I was 16 that I was 14. I don't that
Oh, I had a similar experience at the DMV, but it was because of my anxiety, and I gave them the completely wrong, birth date, and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, no, I don't know what's wrong with me
That's a
right
good
now."
trick. That's
Yeah,
a good trick. They're like, they
yeah,
need something. I don't know what it is, but I need to give them something. They can't even
yeah,
remember their own
yeah,
age. I like that's a good little subtle trick
yeah.
you can play. Yeah.
I was at a doctor's office a couple months ago, and she was like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, hold on." And the lady there were two ladies in front of me. One was like maybe 22, and the other one was like in her 60s probably.
Mhm.
And the 20-year-old was like, "You don't know your birthday?" I'm like, "Hold on." I was
Yeah,
annoyed.
yeah,
And
keep
then
your comments to yourself
yeah,
for a minute.
and then her friend was like, or the other lady, she's like, she looked at her and she goes, "It happens. You get to a point where you just are not sure."
Nice, alright, people
And
come
I
to
was
you
like,
and
"You're
ask you.
right."
Yeah, I
And
like
Yeah.
that,
I
yeah.
was like, "Hold on," and I was like, Hold on." And finally, the 20-year-old looks at me and she goes, "What's your birthday?" I was like, 11/1/75. She's like, "You're 48." I'm like, "Okay, all right, fine, thanks."
Yeah, show off.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay,
It's a fun trick.
Freaking
yeah,
human calculator.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
good for you. Look how far you've made it in life. No, I wouldn't.
That's what I
That's
said.
mean. That's
That's
not okay. Don't
too,
do that,
Yeah.
people.
That reminds me of the guy like at the convenience store. I don't know, it was probably a couple of years ago, but like I was trying to slide my car, and he just looks at me. He's like, "You could just tap it now. You don't have to slide it anymore. You can just tap it now." And I'm like, "I know, all right. I like sliding it." And it's just like,
I like sliding it too.
me too. It's like right. It's more personal.
Oh my
yeah,
god, they get really bitchy about the tap. And I get bitchy
Yeah.
back because I'm like, your tap's not working. I'm tapping
No,
it in
and
the
it's like,
place that it's supposed to be tapped and it's not
oh,
working. Yeah,
it's different everywhere too. Like, look at
I
this
know.
old man chat. Yeah, but yeah, it's like,
Slide it out.
yeah.
it's all right.
I literally just felt the wrinkles all over.
I was at a convenience store on Saturday. No, Sunday. We were going to play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons because I live a full active life, and we stopped at a quick shop convenience store, and I got a large diet soda, and I went to put the large cup on it or the lid on it, and it didn't fit, and I was
Yeah.
Right.
like, "What the
Yeah, of
fuck?
course.
Doesn't
Yeah.
fit." So I was like, "Well, I can't because it's huge," and so I was like, "Well," so I grabbed one of the other lids and I put it on on there, and I went and paid for it, and I told the guy, I was like, "By the way, the lids for the large cups, they don't fit." And he's like, "Well, you have the wrong lid." I was like, "Yeah." I
Uh,
said, "Yeah,
like, squeeze me?
I said, "No, I know. I'm trying to do the best I can." He's like, "No, you just got the wrong lid." So I was like, "Hold on." So I went back and I grabbed the lid and I came up and I showed him how it didn't fit, and he goes, "Well, that is weird." And
Oh my
I
god.
was like, I was actually thinking maybe he would go and get me a cup lid, but he just was
He
like,
didn't, right?
he
No.
just goes, "Well, that's good to know." I don't know. It was just like, okay, fucking whatever.
Do you actually work here, sir? Like, what is happening?
As soon as I walked away, he turned to his coworker and he was like, "Yeah, bring the floor muffer out and just buff this floor over here." I was like, "Okay, what the fuck's going on here?" Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
Jackass.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
that's a good rant. I get it.
you know when you've been, I've noticed this because there's a convenience store down here that I go to, and I've just started to become a regular, and like we have like a thing now, which I don't know if it's
Sure.
good or bad, but like it's kind of an acknowledgement. Hey, how's your day going? And I'm like, I guess we're friends. I think it's like 19 visits within a 3 week period. I think is
I think that counts.
when
Yeah.
because they see a lot of people. Like they see a
Oh,
lot
for
of people. So
sure.
if you're memorable, like she made some comment about my hair, and I was like, oh, I think when I got my hair cut, she's like, oh, you got your haircut. God damn, you're
Well,
paying
there you
attention.
go.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I'm
that's
like, right,
good.
right, I know. But like, I'm apparently going to that convenience store far
I
too
was.
often.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that's nice. I was at a doing my ketamine thing, and there's this one nurse there. I see her every 2 weeks, and I was like, I was just thinking about her. Maybe it was the ketamine. I don't know. And I was like, she's practically my work friend. You know, like she probably
Oh,
doesn't think
yeah,
of me like a
sure.
work
Yeah,
friend, but I see her every 2 weeks. You know, like so. I know a little bit about her. I was like, I don't think she would consider me a work friend, because we don't work together technically, but like, but I mean, I feel that way when you have a sort of a little rapport with somebody that you see on a regular
you
basis.
should test it out. You should be like, you on Facebook? Just next time you see you on Facebook?
Do
So,
it,
No,
please.
she's like 22,
oh yeah, she's
and
not on Facebook.
Oh,
she's little tiny, and she's like,
she's on the Snapchat or whatever the fuck.
and she says she was like, she tries to talk to me like I'm hip. I think she thinks I'm kind of, because she was telling me about a Twilight pop up last time I was in there, and I came back
Oh,
in, and she
she's
was like,
cool.
yeah, she's like, well, how have you been? And I'm like, the first 30 minutes of ketamine is a little floaty, and I was like, I'm fine. How are you? And she's like, I went to that pop up. I was like, holy shit, you've been waiting 2 weeks to talk about that? I was like, all right, that's cool. Uh, but but she says things like cringe, and she uses
Oh,
the kids word,
yeah.
and I was,
Yep.
and so it's
Yeah,
hard for me sometimes. I just roll with it because she told me she was going to that pop up. I was like, well, who are you going to dress up as? And then I immediately realized I was out of my depth, because a pop up doesn't mean that you get dressed up to go to a pop up. But then she started telling me about her personal favorite vampire in Twilight, and then I was really out of my depth, and I was just like,
I just shut down when people say Twilight or start talking about it. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, it's not good. It's not
yeah.
pretty.
Was it? I can't even remember this happened to you or I, Tyson, but I think but like I remember either you telling me the story because our lives just meld together at
they
some
do,
point.
yeah,
It
I know.
really is indifferent. But somebody like getting their hair cut, and like the girl beside me or you was like just talking about like whatever Twilight book came out or movie for like 45 minutes.
That
Where I
was
was about
you. That was
yeah, I
you.
Oh
was about to
dear
look.
lord.
Yeah, it was that place on I used to go to on Sixth Street in Lawrence to get my
Oh,
hair cut.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they weren't around very long, but it was a cool place. But yeah, I was just oh my god, I was in hell because because I didn't have a rapport with my stylist, so it was dead silence, right? So that's why that's
That's
important, so
always
you don't have
fun.
to listen to the girl next to you talk about how crazy good book 4 of the Twilight series is. Um,
It's a little rough.
yeah, it was a little rough.
I don't.
So.
Well, it could be worse. I always think about when people talk about Twilight or Harry Potter or whatever, they could be talking about uh, 50 Shades of Grey, which is just like ultimately way worse. Uh, I don't know if you've ever actually read any of the text in any of the books of 50 Shades of Grey.
I had one of my friends, Charlotte. She read me a couple lines of it years ago, and she's like, "How good was that?" And I was like, "Barf, pass. I'm never reading it."
It is literally like it's written by a 15-year-old horn dog lady, and it is. I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, it's I like I watched the first movie because I was writing jokes for that comedy troupe at that time, and the movie we watched it, and like it ends on a cliffhanger, and one of the other writers, she was like, guys, I just want you to know I had to read the first chapter of the second book to see what happened. And
Uh
she's
huh.
like, that movie is Oscar worthy compared to the writing in this book. It's like, oh
So
shit.
That's funny.
I
That's
actually
pretty sad.
own a copy of 50 Shades of Grey, and not only did I own it, I inadvertently stole it. And when I
What?
first, yeah, it's a good story. And when I first moved to Indianapolis, I was in like Walmart or Target or something, and I bought a cooler.
Uh huh.
And I, check the cooler out, and I get like a new cooler, and I get the cooler home, and there's a copy of 50 Shades of Grey in the cooler. So
Nice.
my
Oh,
guess
weird.
is that somebody was too embarrassed to buy the copy of 50 Shades of Grey
Yes.
and
That's
stuck it in the
exactly, yeah.
cooler, intending to steal it. But I was like, holy shit, like, what would have happened if I would have gotten busted? Like,
Oh,
that would have been like the most goddamn
Oh my god,
embarrassing
that would
thing of
have
my
been
life. So
amazing.
that's what freaked me out. It wasn't the petty theft that really concerned me. It
oh
was
yeah.
the possible embarrassment of getting called out of Walmart for trying to steal like that shit like makes like, national news, I think.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Actually,
It's
you'd be
just
like,
Rightfully
we
so.
talk about, yeah.
just send me to jail. Let's just
I
get this
would
over
be.
with
Oh,
right now.
absolutely. Oh,
No one.
absolutely. Oh God, that would have
Mum's the word,
mortified,
yeah.
mortified, mortified. Uh,
Oof.
it's still on the shelf. It is yet to be cracked.
Amazing. That's so good.
Waiting for the right moment to. Uh,
So now I remember correctly, 50 Shades of Grey was Twilight fan fiction, right? That's what it was, right? Yes,
Oh, I
that's
don't
true.
know.
No,
I'm not sure.
that's
oh, I
true.
didn't know
It
that.
was
Really?
Twilight fan fiction, and somebody's like, "This is good," because they put it up on a fanfic site, and they're like, you should
Just
publish
You
this,
should sell this.
change some of the names, and yeah, so that's how that all started.
Wow,
Wow.
Whatever, she's got like fucking 3 vacation homes now. What am I doing?
that's
So
true.
Yeah,
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 she's
you got it.
fine.
More
she's
power. Yeah,
okay.
She would just, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Just pouring well
living her
packaged. Yeah.
life. Yeah,
That's right. She's
Yeah.
got her own sex dungeon now. Just like,
Right.
amazing. That's some big time money right there. You guys want to do some headlines?
Yeah.
sure.
All right, let's do it. The week, not the
Uh,
month. The week.
The week. That's right.
that's right.
Current.
All right.
Relevant.
It's
Yeah, so
amazing.
we discussed this beforehand. It's a short week for us, so we're just gonna bust into the debate and start talking about
Yes.
that.
That was
Yes,
the
let's do
big
that.
thing.
So that was fun. We did do our little chat thing, but I think I was so absorbed into the debate, to be honest with you, like I couldn't turn away. I didn't chat as much as I usually do. Sorry, guys, but but uh, it was something else. I just want to say.
It was something else. And you guys know more about debate than I. You were in debate. How did you feel it went? Cuz I know at the beginning Trump seemed to be having a slight edge a couple
I
of
thought like
times.
the first 5 to 10 minutes I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah, same.
if this keeps going the way it does, he's gonna look like a sane person for
Right.
which is all he had to do. Like he just
Right. Yeah.
couldn't wet himself on stage and he would have been declared the universal winner of the world. Which is kind of where we're at politically right now. And
Very much
but
so.
no, but you could tell like my interpretation of that was like he was listening to his staff for 10 minutes
Yeah.
and then she quite wisely started to bait him and I don't remember what the first dig was. Oh, it was actually the comment about the rallies, the comment about how
Oh, the
Ooh,
I
numbers.
encourage
Yeah.
you to go to the rally
yeah.
and people get bored and start to leave, and
Yeah.
that like fucking infuriated him.
Oh,
Yeah.
And from
yeah.
then on, it was off to crazy town.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and so if the rest of the debate, it was like so it felt I was a little worried at first, but after that happened, it was like it's go time, and it
It was.
felt good. Like it
Yeah.
was fun to
It did feel
watch
good. Yeah, it
after
was
that
great.
point in time.
Yeah, he really spun off the planet after that. Because I mean, like that's his like. I think Jon Stewart said like about a month ago. He's like, he doesn't care about anything except his crowd size. That's all he cares about
That's
in the
it.
Oh,
world.
that's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Absolutely.
and that was very apparent.
Oh, it was.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
no
It was.
her rallies. Nobody's
Like
ever been to one of her
people
rallies.
go to her rallies. Yeah,
Like,
just
oh,
like I mean, he's just such a
You're bussing
petulant
people
child.
in. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he which it is quite amazing like how I think CNN did a lie count, which God, I bless the person that had to do that, but it was like,
Woof. No
and it was like
thanks.
33-1, like I think. I'm like, because he spews out lies so quickly that you can't like
You
it
can't keep
fucking
track.
it
Yeah, it's
works. It
nuts. Yeah.
really is like he really has I hate to say this, but it is kind of this genius in modern media that he's figured this out. That you can just fucking lie about everything, and as long as you keep lying, it is fascinating. But he lied his ass off doing the whole thing, and he would change. He could not like. And there were a few. I think she did miss. I thought she did a great job. She did miss some opportunities. One of them was which he just never answered a direct question. Like he just
right. Yeah.
refused to answer a direct question.
Never.
I think
Not
the one
once.
that she
Yeah.
really missed an opportunity on was when they flat out asked him twice whether or not he would support the Ukraine winning the war.
Yeah.
And she should have 100% called him out and said, he can't even tell you that he wants Ukraine to win the war. He's so afraid of Putin that I thought that was a big missed opportunity because he would not answer the question. He wasn't going to because he's afraid of Putin.
Well,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
said he was like 300,000 Russians have died. How terrible. I was like, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
dude, get your shit together.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
like that's that Gish Gallop we were talking about last week. Where you just throw it on and on and on. And I saw a lot of
yes,
people complaining about the moderators fact checking him, and they're like, "Well, they fact checked him a lot more." And I'm like, "Well, he lied way more." Like so. If you're gonna,
Way more.
I think
Yeah.
she misspoke a couple times, misspoke, lied, however you want to say it. I mean,
right.
but like he just was over and over and over again, and and so if the moderators aren't doing it, then I don't think they're really doing their job. To be fair, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
And
Yeah.
you guys know because I was pissed early on because they weren't muting the mics.
No,
Like
they were
No,
not.
they weren't.
No, they were
and
not.
I don't know why they didn't do. They did mute it while the other person was on, but he kept doing it, and he will always try to get the last word, and they let
Oh,
him do it
they let him do
repeatedly.
it the entire time.
And
Yeah.
so I had my own complaints about the moderators, but for completely different reasons. But the other thing I noticed is, like, I believe I think there were three things, and I'm forgetting what the third thing was. But the two other things that they fact checked him on was people in Ohio aren't eating cats,
Right. Yeah.
and you cannot have an abortion after the baby is born.
Oh
Right.
my
Those were the
god.
facts that they clarified.
Yeah.
This is why
This
they're
is where we're
upset.
at. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And I was just like, you got to be shitting me. They're angry about. The cat thing was beautiful, though. I was
The
so
cat
happy when.
thing was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Her reaction to that was fucking great
Oh, it
too.
was. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And if people aren't aware of what this cat thing is, I think it originated from like a story of a story of a story that got told to some news outlet, and then JD Vance,
Oh.
asshole, picked it up. Is this right? And then like, he picked
Oh.
it up and started narrating. But then earlier in the day, JD Vance even kind of like backed away from it
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
because they
He
were
did back
learning that
away
it was
from it.
they were learning that it was fake, and then Trump just repeated it, and like it
Oh,
was
he went to
yeah.
town on
Oh,
it.
he did. He
Oh
And
did.
I love how New York accent he got with it. They're eating the dogs. I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
Well, Beth did a bit of a dive on it, and I don't know if this is all but true, but this is what she found. She said that she found a story that was reported that somebody in that town, Columbus, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, no,
It's Springfield, Ohio.
Springfield, Ohio.
Springfield, yeah. Because
Uh,
there were a bunch of like Simpsons
Simpson,
memes
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit that came out afterwards. Yeah.
yeah.
some woman had smashed a cat's head in, and then had
Ugh. God damn it.
supposedly eaten the cat. Well, the person that and she was reported to the police and to the Humane Society or something like that. Well, she wasn't an immigrant; she was just a local that did this. And so somehow that it's the telephone game on Facebook all the time.
Oh, yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
Right,
So,
For
right,
sure.
and
right.
Yeah.
so it just kind of whatever. But there, I mean, obviously they're like, I loved his response. She was and because the handsome McHandsome guy, the guy, the moderator, he was like, we talked to the city manager, and he said that that's incorrect. That's never happened. And then his response was, well, yeah, that sounds like a city manager would say, or he'd get fired if he admitted that was happening. And I was like, well, okay, that's kind of hilarious that you went there, and I did enjoy that, but still, you shouldn't be president. But anyway, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was one of the highlights, I
yeah,
think.
That was
yeah,
definitely a highlight.
Yeah, my
definitely.
other Dawson sent out a little. I'm not sure where the clip came from, but she was looking at Trump and she was referring to him, and she said this, and she even was going to call
Motherfucker.
him. I
She
think it
said
was
it with
motherfucker.
her eyes. It
Yeah,
was
she did.
motherfucker
She
for
did.
sure.
She basically
But
was
she
just
told everyone in some sort of interview, like on the web, like months ago, what's your favorite curse word? And she was like, well,
That's right.
it,
She did. That's
remember?
right. You're right.
And she fucking did it with
Oh,
her eyes.
I
It
wish she
was
would have done it.
brilliant.
I wish she would have
Fucking,
said it.
me too. Me
Oh,
too.
that would have been. Oh, that would have
Oh,
just been. Oh,
it was
God.
great. It was
It
great.
was
That
so
pause
good.
was so
Oh, it
good.
was
Oof.
such a. Oh my God.
Her other line was great too. She was like, "You forget this man was fired by 81 million Americans,"
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
that
yeah.
and
was.
even he was like, "That's a good one."
Yeah. Oh,
He smiled, like,
oof.
"Yeah, it's a tough
Yeah.
Yeah,
one."
that was oof, that was good too.
It was good. It was good.
Okay, so like, okay, well, first off, like, right, so you never know. Like the debates, they say it never actually predict. They don't make a difference. but I heard my wife sort of complaining to her work friends that every time there's a presidential debate, we have to watch it at my house because because my husband's really into that sort of thing,
I
and
apologize to my spouse as well. It was a slight battle.
and, so, and but like but I mean I think it does actually make a difference, and it's a little bit of funny, like because he's been on the phone. He's like, well, I'm not going to do another debate because I obviously won. Every poll says I won. He said one poll said he won 91% to 8 or 9 or something like that, and I was like, that's not what but I mean, like, it does. I mean, that's his excuse for not wanting to debate anymore, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He should not
Yeah.
debate her anymore. He
Yeah,
should.
Nope.
I think his quote on Truth Social was like, "As any prize fighter knows, the
Oh
first
my
thing
God,
somebody does
no.
once they lose is they want a rematch." Like that was his. Yeah, like it's
Ugh,
just like
barf,
at least
puke.
he's consistent. At least
Yeah,
he's
it's
like,
true.
yeah, but
And the,
yeah, so,
and the other thing is somehow his handlers lost control of him, and he went into the spin room. That is like
Yeah,
a
that
huge
is that
no.
oh,
was
I
yeah.
know,
Do not do that.
yeah.
He's
Well, and
like,
then didn't he find out about the thing that we were going to talk about after this, the Taylor Swift thing in the fucking spin room?
oh, I don't know. I
Oh, I'm
don't
sure
know.
he probably did because it broke on. I was watching CNN. It broke about 5-10 minutes after the debate or
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the
you're
debate
probably right.
concluded.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
bet you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he literally was like, like he did this weird shaking head thing, and he was like, I don't know, I don't, have any. And then he found out about it, and then it was like
And
vomit,
then he was like,
sewage.
I
Yeah.
like Mrs. Mahomes much better, and I was
Oh,
like, oh,
that shit was
Oh my
hilarious. Yeah.
god.
I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Poor
Oh,
Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's been questioning, like interviewing him. I mean, I see more of it because it's local, but he's like,
Yeah.
it's not my. I don't want. He's like, I don't want any of this to die. He's like, I want people to register to vote and do their research and vote for who they want. He's like, leave me out of this, like. And I do think that I don't know, she liked one of Trump's tweets or something, and then
Yeah. And
immediately
then he took
deleted
it
it.
and ran with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't even know what he said. I mean, he could have said something like puppies are cute, and she was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea, but yeah, it
Also, she seems awful. Can we just be honest
She
about
does.
that? I
Patrick,
feel bad
you
for
can do
Pat.
way
Yeah.
better, Patrick.
Yeah, you
Oh yeah,
can.
way
You
better.
look miserable. Blink twice if you
Yeah,
need help.
absolutely. Yeah.
There's a
She yeah,
bounty of
yeah.
lovely Midwest
Yeah.
women
I'm
that would
sure
take
she
you up.
made a lot of sense when you were 19 years old, pal, but can do a lot better now. You basically have your pick. Yeah, like just go out and pick. Like that's all you got to do. Point, and say that one. And yeah, like that's all you got to do, buddy.
That's
Like
kind of
it.
how he plays the ball too. He's like,
I know.
oh,
God.
Oh my god, hilarious.
So yeah, so but
uh,
yeah, that's. I mean, if we want to talk about the endorsement, which I think
Yes.
was a huge deal. I think she had. I was just watching. It was actually kind of fun because like within I heard about it on CNN, and then I think you sent out the link. And like I just loved like refreshing the page and seeing it like go up by 100,000 likes like every time like I refreshed it. I was like, I don't. I'd be
Well,
curious to
you
see what it's up to now. I'm actually going to look at that link and see if I can figure it because it was
so
like a
yeah,
million and a half like
it was
10 minutes
it was
after it posted.
crazy how fast it grew. I
It
mean,
was
it was
nuts.
within minutes hitting a million. I found out about it though through one of my friend group chats called Anderson Cooper's Pale Dimes. And one of my gays, John, he was like, the Tay Tay has spoken and posted a screenshot of it before CNN. And I was like, this isn't real. And then minute by minute, all this stuff started appearing. I'm like, oh my God, it is real. Holy shit. Like, this is amazing. Perfect timing. Great.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Sometimes,
really excited. And I
well,
don't even like Taylor Swift. Sorry, Swifties. I'm
no,
still not a Swiftie. Like, whatever.
I don't
Like,
either, but like, as probably I mean, somebody said this and it's probably true. She probably is the biggest celebrity period right now. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
hard to
For
yeah,
argue
sure.
that
Yeah.
point. Like and she happens to be a woman, who has vested interest in not,
yeah.
being able to
And the
say
way
what
she signed it off, childless
yes,
cat
yeah,
lady,
Very
which
funny.
was
which
very nice.
can
Yeah.
get us into another headline
Yeah, we'll
from a
get
fucking billionaire piece of shit. But
definitely
Yeah,
need to talk
absolutely.
uh,
about
Yeah,
that.
yes.
yeah,
Yeah. No, she's got it's like 10.5 million likes now. I mean, look, it's
And
going to result in some registrations. And
it
yep,
will.
as tight as things are going to be, you get a few, 10, 15, 20,000 registrations in some of these swing states. that's going to make a
It's a big
difference.
deal.
So it could
Big
be.
deal.
So I really would. I wish I would see more celebrities doing this. I'm kind of because they're not on his side, and I don't know if they're like. Not everybody's a piece of shit like Jack Black, which we really haven't talked about. But
Yeah, we
like,
need to
there's
Ugh.
good
talk about that.
celebrities
We
out
do
there.
need to talk about
We should
that.
talk about
So
Jack
pissed at
Black.
him.
I am too.
Yeah,
Such a pussy.
we all had a pretty disgusting reaction to that because that thing happened. We were all together,
Yeah.
and basically, like, so for you guys don't know, Kyle Gass, who said, he said something about he had a birthday wish. He wished the next time they would miss Trump, and then the president or pro tem, I don't know who's in charge of
They
Australia.
like basically kicked him out of Australia because
Yeah,
that's where they
Yes,
were
and
yeah.
then
at.
Jack Black, instead of having his buddies back, was just like, "Oh, we're breaking up the band, and we have to take some time away from each other," and it was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
Piece of shit.
he's more worried
Fucking
about
stupid.
his dying career, and which
And it's
after the Minecraft movie comes out will be completely dead. I did see. I didn't save it because I didn't know we were going to talk about it. But like, there was somebody. I can't remember what publication it was in, but it's like it was just like the title of it was like something to the effect of like, "Why did we just now start noticing that Jack Black sucks?" And like, and
Hey, that's fair. That is
it is
fair.
fair. Like the dude hasn't done anything
Oh,
good in 15 years. And yeah, it was just, I mean, like, I have been very clear about this. I'm glad he got shot and I wish he would have died. And like, and the whole
same.
backtracking
Sorry.
of
Abandonment.
the whole backtracking
Fuck
of
that
like,
guy.
is he a threat to our democracy? Absolutely. Is he a
Yes, he
bigger threat to
is.
our democracy than any other foreign leader right now? Yes, he is. So stop pretending like he's not. Now, I get that like developing nations, it's like not a good thing for to have assassination be a part of that. I get that, but at the same time, like why we're stepping around this? Because I guarantee you ask most people after a couple drinks, they're going to tell you the exact same thing, and assuming they're not wearing a MAGA hat.
Right.
And I
Yep.
don't hang out with those people, and so yeah, I just it's I don't know, but that was really disappointing that he basically was like all of a sudden worried about his fan base, and and
Well, he's like
Well, nobody wants to get back together with him.
oh,
That's what I read.
of course he
oh,
does.
does
Like, and
he?
I'd heard
Well,
that
he should
he
because
kind
he's
of tempered it down
damage
a little bit,
control.
but
His
yeah,
damage control. I mean, I'm sure everybody reacted the same way. I mean, anybody that can.
Yeah, dick. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, look, there's Jack Black bands, and then there's Tenacious D fans, and Tenacious D has been around a lot longer than Jack
yes.
Black, you
right.
know, and so
Yes.
like, and that's where I fall into that area.
That's where I'm at too. I'm a D fan and mostly Kyle Gass. Like, if we're being real, like, I love that guy.
So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think they're great together, blah blah blah, but I mean, you're right. I mean, I can't imagine Minecraft being good. And I watched because, and I want to finish it, but I haven't because Beth actually kind of wants to watch it. But anytime a movie gets a 0 score on Rotten Tomatoes, I,
You
I'll
talking
watch.
about Borderlands,
We're
Tyson?
talking about Borderlands. I started it, and I
Oh
read
shit.
that is that that poor movie has been. Oh man, it's been fucked
It's
sideways
been yeah.
by the studio. I mean, it's bad. But it starts, and it's like, what is going on here? And then, like, all of a sudden, the annoying, cute robot shows up, and I'm like, who is that? It's Jack Black, of course it is. So, like, so anyway, I mean, maybe he's thinking, maybe he was just like, I'm gonna pivot here, and then these two movies are coming out, and he's like, shit, I better keep the D together, or I'm never gonna be able to make any money moving forward. So I don't know.
Unless he happens to sell 10 million copies of Be Kind Rewind by the end of the
Yeah,
fiscal year. Yeah.
I was
Hey,
so
I did.
excited.
I also liked him in High Fidelity. I will say
I did
that. I
too.
did like him in
Was
He
that.
very
did
That
good
a
was
at
lot.
good.
Fidelity. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
Jack Black was great before he became Jack Black, which
I
Yeah,
I hope
agree.
that
I
kind of makes
agree.
sense. But
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
before he like
Yes.
became the yeah.
I mean, every once in a while he'll hit it out of the park. Like he did that. He did that parody of More Than Words by Extreme with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, that was good.
That
That
was
was good.
I hate Jimmy Fallon, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
And
fair. It's fine.
but I still enjoyed that for what it was. It was pretty funny, And like every once in a while, this is so long ago. This is how bad I have to go back and look at. There was an MTV Movie Awards years and years ago where Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. were kind of the three comedy co-hosts and they did a bunch of film segments. Do you remember
I
this?
vaguely do remember
They're
that.
on they're
Yes.
on YouTube. I
Mm-mm,
actually
I don't
looked.
remember
I
it.
looked them. They were very funny. Like they were. I mean, they were genuinely very funny because Tropic Thunder had just come out. Kung Fu Panda 1 had just come out.
Oh,
And so like there was all this kind of like this is pre Iron Man. Anyway,
did they throw Andy Dick into the mix at all? Was this back in that day
I don't remember that, but
yeah, all right.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, Jack Black needs to fucking check himself before he wrecks
That's
himself.
right.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Bad for our health.
Ugh,
Yes.
it really is.
Yeah. Speaking of award shows, the
Oh, that's
Video
right.
Music Awards
Yes.
happened again. Now I
Happened.
am perplexed as hell. Like, apparently it's like on several stations now. Is that how this works? Like it's on MTV, but it's
Yeah.
also on
Yeah,
like.
no,
VH1.
they've been
It's
doing that for
yeah.
a little while because nobody watches it. I think is the
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thing.
think that like they basically force you into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they
Oh.
did.
Apparently, Miss Swift walked away with shocking. But no, she did. I think
Wow.
she did like
She
another
did it
shout
again.
out. I
Yeah.
think she did another shout out for the get registered to vote, which
She
is
did, and I appreciate that.
I
Thank
do
you very
too.
much.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think
I'm not going to listen to your music. I would have a beer with you or whatever the fuck you're drinking at KC Chiefs games, but
yeah
yeah, that's
yeah
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up the nominees because I saw a bunch of clips on it for on Good Morning America, which I'm almost 50, guys. I have to watch a morning show, and so
Is
and
that a rule? Because I
and I don't
guess
have
I'm
morning.
growing up
I
with
will
this.
not I will not
I don't
ever
have
What is
morning.
just
I don't have
by
morning
like
part
show.
of that.
I don't have
sheer
morning
morbid
show anymore.
curiosity? What is your morning show of choice?
It's not
Is
mine.
it Morning
It's
Joe?
no. Well, I actually kind of like Morning Joe, but I really like his co-host more than I like Joe and Mika. I like his surrounding guests, but I can't get that live because we don't have cable. But I do. I've actually gotten into this thing, which is something I never ever did ever in my entire life. I've started watching local news because I find it so funny. I've always found it funny, but now I find it super funny because I don't know. I don't know what it is about my personality that thinks local news is fucking hilarious, but I just think it is. I mean, it's CNN will be on a loop and it's like maybe 30 minutes or an hour and they'll do the same stories over and over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Local news will do that in 5 minute increments. It starts with the traffic. Somebody got shot. They're giving away free books. We're gathering up diapers. Here's the weather. Here's the traffic. I mean, you could just tick, 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 tick. And I think that is so fucking funny. It is like every day their lives for this 2 hour period is like their own personal Groundhog Day hell. And there's something hilarious about it to me that I can't turn away. I mean,
You should talk to my brother about that because he literally lives that nightmare.
I'm
Oh,
And
that's
has for
true.
over the
Oh, that's
past
right.
decade.
Yeah.
if you
He's actually segments have made it to John Oliver, multiple
Have
that's
they really? I
from
didn't realize.
from his
Oh, when he
television
does his
station.
like clip
Yeah,
collection
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
That's great because I mean,
yeah.
like, because they do that thing, the weather on the nines, traffic on the ones,
Oh, oh, it
it's
is.
such shit.
It is a thing.
But
Yeah.
anyway, Beth watches Good Morning America. She loves all the people on there. She loves Michael Strahan. She loves Stephanopoulos. She loves Ryan Rush. She loves everybody on there. I've gotten to know all of them fairly well. I can tell you that first hour has some news, and the second hour is just fucking, I don't know, Stanley Cup sales and fucking, new ways to ingest like new TikTok vitamin supplement recommendations. It's awful. Anyway, but I hate it. But we watch it every morning. For whatever reason, it gets her off on the right foot, and I'm not one to mess up a person's day.
There
So
you go.
anyway, so I do
Yeah,
watch it. I
fair.
do. I do watch it. But there was a point to this whole thing. I think I was gonna. Oh, well, I was just about to complain that they don't do any of those fun stories like, the water skiing squirrels or anything like that anymore. They don't do any of that fun stuff anymore. Um, there was a larger point to this. I don't remember what we were talking about. It doesn't matter. I'm on a lot of pain meds right now, people.
Wait, we were talking about the VMAs. Did they
Oh,
say
we
Oh,
were
the
something
talking about
about the
VMAs.
VMA.
VM? Okay.
Oh yeah, so I saw all the clips, whatever, blah blah blah. And so I
Thank
went.
God I take notes, or else I would have been lost in the
Yeah.
fucking woods too.
Thank you. What did the squirrel distract everyone as much as it did in my head? Um, so
It
like
sounds funny.
it does. It sounds great. I'm gonna look it up. There's a anyway. I went to RollingStone.com, the source for music news, And I found a list of all the nominees and all the winners. And anyway, I can't speak to anything about any of the things. Pop
Why don't
music.
you read them out and see if we know who they are? Because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah. This
guessing
will
You
I
be a
don't
fun
have
game.
any
you don't
idea who most of
you
these people are.
don't. Okay, VMA. Okay, one sec. Why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves while I look this up? But
Uh,
what my point is
Uh,
that real fast.
trying to think of the last VMAs I watched. It was probably a decade ago, maybe.
my favorite. I distinctly remember like VMAs in like 1989 or 1990, where like
Oh, damn.
Axl Rose either like cursed or like I know that doesn't sound like anything now, but like 35 years ago,
Oh, that was a big
like it
deal
was
back
a
in the day.
huge deal. But I remember like it was a big deal. Like it was like the VMAs were a huge deal in the late 80s, probably early 90s. But the one thing Kathy mentioned to me, which I also found quite amusing, was they have like the Vanguard Award, which is like the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Any guesses who won that this year?
Katy Perry won it this year.
Katy Perry won, and she's like,
Wow.
"Why would they do that?" And I was like, "Because she probably agreed to
She
show up."
turned 40 or
Yeah, well, or
something, and
that
that's what they
too.
do.
She turned 39. That's exactly what
Okay,
happened. Yeah,
that
Oh
makes
wow,
sense. Yeah.
wow!
she's got
Like
to
if
Like, well,
wow,
she's on the way out.
make
yeah, if
videos
she,
anymore. She's got to
yeah,
do a Celine Dion
oh,
and
and
go to
she's had
Vegas.
like a ton of career. She's had like a ton of career stumbles. Like I don't go
Guys,
actively looking for this, but like she's fucked up so much in the last 3 months. Like I know about it. Apparently, like she, I don't know, like shot a music video on like an Indian burial ground somewhere, and then like or
oh my
something,
God.
like
Katie,
and
what's
then like I
happening?
think she like worked with a producer who's like kind of a known rapist or something. I don't know, or some anyway. But
She's had a.
I read some bullshit that people were blaming her because Hillary lost back in 2016. I'm
um,
like, okay, come on.
That seems a little low.
I
I mean,
wouldn't
I
go
don't like her
that far.
either, but Jesus.
she had to be. She didn't have to be, but she unfortunately was married to Russell Brand for many years. So I think we
Oh,
all owe her, like a little bit of grace.
Yeah,
that's
we
true.
do. That's
That's
true.
true.
Sorry, Katie. And
Yeah.
way to go with Orlando Bloom, by the way. I'll just
So
put
he
that out there.
he introduced her last night. Are they dating or
Oh,
married or
they are married and have a child. They have
Ooh.
procreated together.
so
So
3 more years together? Sounds good.
yeah,
Um,
I would say more like two. They didn't seem that
all
happy.
right. So here's the video of the year. I'm just gonna cherry pick some of these. All right.
Even at the awards show, you could feel the tension as he was giving her the Vanguard Award.
Yeah.
Something's up.
I need to do more film. I need to get back into
Yeah,
that. Focus a little bit
you
more.
really do. Yeah.
Yeah,
This daddy thing is not working out. Video of the year on Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat, Eminem, SZA.
I know that guy. I don't know that. Oh,
I don't know.
SZA. Yeah, I do. Not
Okay.
SZA.
Actually,
I've
I
heard.
saw some of scissors.
SZA.
I'm,
SZA.
I'm white. Scissors stuff, and it actually, I'm very impressed with the video stuff. She does elaborate dance numbers. Anyway, the winner
Yeah.
was Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone, and the song's called Fortnite. And I've never heard the song, and I've never seen the video. But the only reason I know about it is because at some point Post Malone uses a typewriter in the video, and he told Taylor Swift he had never seen one before. He didn't he'd never he was like, this was the precursor to a computer, which
He's not a young man. Like he's not that young.
well,
How
He's
old?
not that
he's in
young.
his 20s.
Oh, is
So
he really?
Is he
yeah.
really?
Yeah, he
And he's
just
had a rough few years.
He li-
he's lived
yeah. He
kind of
looks
hard.
like he's
Yeah,
like
he's
46.
29. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh,
This is
Artist
why okay, PSA, do not get facial tattoos. That's
it's
all
a
I'm saying. I
it,
love a good tattoo, not on your face, not on your neck.
unless you're like
Jelly Roll.
a celebrity. Yeah, that's the only way. But it's like the rise to. I wouldn't start with the face tattoo. I'd become a celebrity first and then get the face.
Yes.
Still wouldn't
That's
get
the
it.
right
But if you're
order.
gonna do it, it's because
I
then
got
you'll get this. Yeah.
well. I mean, I got two things in my mind. There's Mike Tyson, which I think helped his career, and then there's
I didn't bother it. I kind of dug his face tattoo, like because he was crazy pants anyway.
right. So
So like
Yeah,
it,
it did kind of fit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. That
yeah,
is true.
and then Jelly Roll, the other guy, like he just skipped over becoming famous and started getting tattoos on his face, and now he's in an
I don't know
AWS.
that guy.
Yeah,
Oh, I did. Okay, I did see that commercial. I was
yeah,
like, who is this guy? I don't
he's a
know this
country
guy.
western superstar.
Oh boy.
No,
All right. Well,
all right. Artist of the year: Ariana Grande, Bad Bunny, Eminem, Sabrina Carpenter, SZA, and
Okay.
Taylor Swift won. Song of the year: Beyonce, Jack Harlow, Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
Sabrina
Yeah.
Carpenter, who won, Taylor
No.
Swift and Post Malone, and somebody named Teddy Swims. So okay. So best new artist: Benson Boone,
I don't
Chappelle,
know.
Chappelle Rowan. I've heard a
I
No.
lot about
know
her.
I know her because of, like, my gays in New York.
I don't know anything about her, but I know of her for some reason. Gracie Abrams Shabuzi. I think
No.
they should have won.
Shabuzi?
Yeah.
Shabuzi. How
What?
do you spell
Wow.
S
Is
H
it
A
is
B
it
O O
phonetical?
S H A. It's like
Shabuzi.
Shapoopy for you musical
Oh
theater fans out there.
oh
Uh,
Shabuzi. Wow, I actually wasn't too far off.
no, it's Shabozey. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Teddy Swims and Tyler Chappelle Roan won. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get down to this thing because this is kind of got me. It made me laugh. Best alternative: Benson Boone. He won. Beautiful thing. I assume it's a
I'm
he.
amazed that alternative is still a category to
I
Yeah,
be
am
but
too, actually.
honest with
well,
you.
hold on. Let's before
Oh,
you
okay.
say that. Here, listen to the other people that got nominated:
Okay.
Bleachers, Hosier, Imagine Dragons, Lincoln Park, and
What?
Teddy Swims. So I don't know that it is an actual
Like,
category.
post-mortem? Like, he's no longer around.
Yeah, I don't know. So
That's weird.
Lincoln Park did put out a new record. So this is the other one that I thought was really funny. Best rock and okay,
Oh god.
Bon
This
Jovi,
is gonna hurt. Oh
Well,
god.
Bon Jovi, Coldplay, Green Day, Kings of Leon, Lenny Kravitz, U2. I mean, best rock might as well be like for all you 60-year-olds watching the show
Yeah,
tonight.
right. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like how they,
Fucking trying. They
yeah.
have literally a list from, like, 19 whatever, and they're like, "Eh, let's just go with that
Well,
list. That'll work."
it's like how the Grammys like wind up giving Bob Dylan an award like for
Yep.
every record he ever releases. Like he
Yeah.
basically
That's
just
exactly
reset.
it.
Like Bon Jovi is the new old man rocker.
He,
That
did you
yeah,
see he saved someone's life
I
That
yesterday?
was one
did.
of my
Yeah.
headlines. Yeah.
Oh,
He
nice.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
he saved a life
Okay, here's another
in
one.
Nashville.
Yeah, I'll let you get to that when you do the thing. I don't want to stomp on your your time. Your thing.
On your
I have a
headline.
great joke, Tice, about it,
Okay,
so we'll get there. Yeah.
excellent one. This is my favorite one. So this is I've never seen this one. Best K-pop, best direction, best choreography, cinematography. That's actually kind of nice. This is the one. There was a category video for good.
Huh?
Yeah. So it's like this video won the award for being good for something. Here's the one that
Hmm.
won. What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. It was
Okay.
almost like they made a category so Billie Eilish would win a song. Here's the other ones. Here are the other ones.
I like Billie Eilish.
I,
Some of her
I
shit's
do too. I
alright.
like
do
she's
like
like
Billie
yeah.
Eilish,
Her
but I mean,
brother's a good songwriter. Yeah.
yes, he
Yeah.
is. I think he's
Yeah.
got a solo record coming out. Anyway, here's the other ones. Alexander Stewart. If you only knew. I don't know who that is. Coldplay. Feels like I'm falling in love. All one
Oh,
word,
no.
no
No,
spaces.
no, no.
Joyner Lucas and Jelly Roll, Best for Me, somebody named Ray, Genesis, and Tyler Childers, In Your Love. Now, I realize that no one under 30 listens to this probably, but man, they are probably roasting us right now, being like, you guys don't know who those people are? Don't you listen to KJLS? You know, I mean, anyway. Uh, anyway, everything else is
I
just.
care not. I care not. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Now
Oh,
I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm.
here's
Yeah.
the last one I just want to talk about. There was also one called Best Trending Video. I don't know what that difference is between a
You
I
trending
got the
video.
most likes, the what?
probably like to the
Fuck.
TikTok music
I
scene,
hate
which
this
is
shit.
kind of a
I hate
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Best group. Okay, so let's. The first band listed is In Sync, and I think they won.
Right. Sure.
Do,
Coldplay, Imagine Dragons, NCT Dream, New Jeans, 17 Tomorrow Times Together, or Tomorrow X Together, and 21 Pilots. I think In Sync won because it doesn't actually say, but
do they have like a new album out?
no, but their song is in the new Deadpool album, in the Deadpool movie.
Okay, this is what the VMAs do. They do this shit. They sprinkle it in so that Justin Timberlake will show up, or some other guys from.
Oh,
You
sure.
know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean? They
Oh,
try to get
absolutely.
that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and here's one song of the summer, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 14.
Guys, this is all making me feel like I'm 70 right
Yeah,
now.
well,
This is not doing anything.
you don't look a day over
It's making me
25.
feel. It's making me feel like I'm happy I was born when I was. That's what
Me
it's making me
too.
feel
That's a
like. Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
I've been watching reruns of an
Oof.
MTV show, and they have a little MTV logo before the show,
I miss it.
and it's not music related. It's like because MTV doesn't stand for music television anymore. Remember when they changed that in the 2000s?
What does it stand for
What does
now?
it stand for?
It just stands for MTV. It doesn't
Oh,
stand for
interesting.
music TV anymore, and it hasn't for 20 years.
I
Ugh,
didn't. I don't know that I
dog
knew
shit. I didn't either.
that.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well,
All right,
whatever.
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 I do have some headlines, real fast,
All right, let's
Yeah, yeah.
rattle off the
Let's do some
headlines. Let's do
headline.
it.
Yeah.
and my headlines are really only interesting to me. So sorry, everybody. This is from this. This, um, sorry,
They're
sorry.
all from local news. Yes,
That's a quote
and Good
from
Morning
a
America.
website whenever that comes up. Yeah.
This is from the Stanford report. This is put out September 5th. Researchers make mouse skin transparent using a common food dye.
I almost took that
Ooh,
one. Yeah, I'm
nice.
glad you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, in a stunning experiments, researchers were able to see through a living mouse's skin to its internal organs simply by applying common light absorbing molecules. So that is utterly fascinating and terrifying.
That is
Uh,
terrifying.
but pretty cool, still. I mean, if they don't have to cut the mice open to see what they're trying to see, then good on them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would
It's
do.
Yeah,
actually, you get
yeah.
further down the article, it's actually yellow number 5. Like, remember when they warned us about yellow
Oh
number
yeah, yeah.
5 in the
Oh boy.
in the
I
Super Bon Bon, good lyric there. And
yeah.
yeah, and it's actually yellow number 5, which
Yeah,
making a comeback, making clear mice.
yes, you are correct. Yeah, the team saw a solution from red tartazine, other known as food dye red FD&C yellow 5, into the abdomen, scalp, and hind limbs of a sedated mouse. The skin turned red in color, indicating that much of the blue light had been absorbed due to presence of lights. This is pretty sciencey. I'll stop. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. So,
I think if Trump wins the election, I'm going to refocus my political interest into just like random ass scientific, like trying to turn a
Yeah,
mouse
that's a good
clear.
call.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
plan. It's just to focus on turning a mouse clear. So good for them for accomplishing that. That's
I
you
agree.
know
Yeah.
I just want to mention this story, and I'm going to send it to you if you want to. If maybe I'll post it on when you post the story
Yeah.
on Facebook or whatever. But somebody did a statistical analysis of the rise and fall of Nicolas Cage, and they
Oh, Tice,
interesting.
you have to post that
it is
actually.
really interesting.
Patron saint of the podcast. Like this is we're trying to get Nick on the show at some point, so the more we can get some shit going on online, the better.
There's
So
there's
post
some
it.
really interesting stuff about.
I would like to read that.
Yeah, like for example, most leading roles among actors with over 1 billion in lifetime box office. Nicolas Cage
Oh wow.
is at the top with 90 billion, followed by Jackie Chan, John Wayne,
Wow.
Robert De Niro, Burt
Fuck
Lancaster,
yeah.
all the way down to Tom Hanks, Burt Reynolds, and
The
James Stewart.
cage rage.
And then,
I love it.
and then it talks about like why he did all this, like why his movies were kind of shitty, but he was doing 9 movies a year, like because he owed tax money, like it's really interesting. So anyway, I will post that. I'll send it to you guys so you can read it. But it's I'm not
Cool.
gonna. It's too much to go into on the podcast. It could be its own podcast. Um, let's see, what's this one? This is just weird. So this is from National Geographic. I read this earlier today. We finally know what caused Florida fish to spin in circles until they died. So there was a problem off the coast of Florida where fish and like stingrays were just
Uh-huh.
swimming in circles until they died because they didn't
Weird.
stop and they wouldn't eat anything. Um, and basically, what happened was they had all these fish and underwater life had gotten a cocktail of toxic algae that had basically taken over their brain, kind of like those zombie, like uh, like parasites and stuff. They know that take over the brain and make animals do things.
like JFK Jr.
Yes, that's
Here,
right.
not
Exactly
RFK
right.
Jr. Sorry, RFK Jr. Sorry. Got my
Anyway, but the kind of the shitball thing is that it happened to 54 of these stingrays called sawtooth stingrays or sawfish, sorry, and there's only 650 of them breeding. breeding females in Florida, so that was not great. But anyway, they think they got it figured out. It doesn't really say they know how to stop it. They just know they got it figured out. So that's where science kind of sucks. But I thought that was interesting. And then this is also exceedingly interesting to me because I am so much about this place. It's called Rapa Nui. We know it as Easter Island. You know, the
Yeah,
one with
Easter
the head.
Island.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with this place, and it's long been sort of talked about that there was a population collapse on the island where everybody took off, like they just left for somewhere, but nobody knows where they went, and like
Hmm.
most everybody took off, and they did they finally came to the conclusion that that didn't ever happen. There's not enough good soil on the land to actually uh, uh, support having a bunch of people there more than they have right now. And so that was all just sort of a story that they had concocted. And if you look at their flag, I just think this is fascinating too. And their ancient stories, it's about how people came to this island from faraway lands and then could barely live because the soil is so rocky. So they barely be able to eke out an existence, but they've been there for hundreds or thousands of years or whatever. But anyway, so they finally debunked the idea that there was a mass exodus from Easter Island,
Hmm.
which explains a lot of the confusing things about what's going why that would happen, where they went. Nobody knows. I've seen several documentaries about that. Like, some people think that they went to Mexico, some people think they went to England, like, well, somehow managed to get over to Europe somehow. Anyway, but they found out, this is from Popular Mechanics, by the way. But they found out that that definitely didn't happen. And those are my boring as hell but interesting to me headlines.
Awesome. Those are good. Smith?
Yeah, I got a few. Oh, were you taking the Musk one? Were you taking that? You sent it out to us. I didn't want to bogart your headline.
No, I just sent it to you guys. You can take it. I
Oh,
would like to talk about Bon Jovi saving a
oh,
life.
absolutely. That's positive news. So there were
That's
obviously
how I'll end this all.
there are obviously several articles written about this, but I picked the one with my favorite headline. It comes from Rolling Stone, and it's Elon Musk threatens Taylor Swift after Harris endorsement. I will give you a child, which I thought was a great way of putting
That
that.
is
So,
a good way.
so yeah, he
Fucking asshole.
as soon as Taylor Swift endorsed, and I can't obviously I don't subscribe to Rolling Stone, so I'm gonna have to wing it. But
But
basically,
that's where you get all of the information about music,
that's
Smith.
exactly right. That's exactly right. But
As
basically,
Tyson just told us.
Record of note.
he tweeted out immediately after that, like something to the effect of "Don't world, I'll give you a child and take care of your cats" or something like
Fucking
that. And
disgusting.
it
So
just,
nasty.
yeah, it speaks for itself. He speaks for himself. So we can move on.
And also, like, he has, like, I don't know, 12 kids with three different women, and like he believes in repopulating the earth for
He
some
does.
reason.
He does. He thinks it's
Yeah.
his duty to repopulate the earth, which
Somebody
is
needs to chop his dick off.
Yes, they do.
I agree. I mean, he
Yeah.
slept with Grimes, so he's gotten close himself. But just because yeah, that's that. What did they talk about?
I
Sticking it.
just see Venus flytrap down there.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
god.
literally
Oh
just
oh dear. Oh, and after
Well,
oh no.
what's that
Oh,
term? Vagina dentata. Remember that?
oh.
Do you remember
Uh,
vagina dentata? Does anybody remember that? There's a horror movie about it, I believe. Anyway,
terrifying.
have to look that one
Terrifying.
up. In related news, high doses of Adderall linked with heightened risk of psychosis and mania. So
Well, what do you know, Trump? Jesus.
that checks out.
Yep.
So it came out this afternoon that Donald
Fucking
Trump
God damn
shockingly
it.
does not want to debate Vice President Harris again. I think we talked about that.
oh, he won.
He won.
He won
according
by
to his own poll. Well, we already
91%
talked
or
about that.
whatever,
I'm just repeating myself.
according to the poll.
Oh damn it! Don't give me an ad now. No, your timing. I don't care about Careforth to raise to the mom. Wait, the grandmother caring for her is sad. Why did I deserve this? All
I
right.
hate pop-ups.
Oh yeah, Fox 29.
That's an unplug this week.
Fox
Every week,
29,
actually.
Fox 29, Philadelphia. Vehicle rolls into the Schuylkill River as man woman engage in police activity. So basically, I love this headline because it's basically like every like teen sex comedy from the 80s comes true. Is like They're doing it in the back of the car. They parked next to a lake. They left the parking brake off, and they rolled
Oops.
into the river, which is just like,
Hey,
guys, glad it finally happened. I just,
are they
yeah,
okay?
I think they're okay. They
Is she
were able to
pregnant?
escape. That has yet to be determined, I think. Although, yeah, it's the second car to end up in the river over the past couple of weeks. So people are
Oh,
getting busy.
Jesus.
People are getting
Yeah,
busy.
it's happening.
Another quick one. Monica Lewinsky applauds the Drudge Report for labeling the debate as the end for Trump. So I am a huge Drudge Report fan. It's the first site I check in the morning, and I know kind of the context around this is he was the one that broke the Monica Lewinsky scandal back in 95,
Mhm.
96, and that's kind of
Hmm.
why he became Matt Drudge. But over the last, like, even before, probably since like 2014, 2015, like, he has been one of the good Republicans and realized that Trump is a crazy person and has basically just completely, like, I have to give him a lot of credit because, like, it was a very kind of right leaning news source, and he's really completely shifted over the last few years. And so you gotta have credibility to people who learn. So anyway, even Monica appreciates the
That's nice.
the progression of Matthew Drudge.
I didn't know it was still here. I didn't even know it was still around.
It's a great site. Like, it's really just an aggregate site of kind of all the political stories of the week.
Hmm.
It's still the same site design he's had since 1995,
Oh,
which is
no
awesome.
shit. That's
Oh,
cool.
absolutely, absolutely, and it's like,
That's
and
cool.
it's
I'm
a
gonna look
great
at that later.
it's a great site. Like I said, no fooling. It's like one of the first sites I check in the morning. And then just if you're a Prince fan, which I'm becoming kind of a Prince fan, like
I
Kathy's a
like
huge
Prince.
fan, friend Steve's a giant Prince fan. New York Times Magazine did an interview or did an article, not an interview. That would have been boring. And it's called "The Prince We Never Knew," and it talks about his early life a lot, but it's basically kind of prefaces with there's apparently this documentary that this dude has spent like the last decade of his life basically working on and developing, and it looks like it's never going to see the light of day,
Oh,
unfortunately. But it's a
Ah, fuck.
it's a long read. But if you're a Prince fan, it's an excellent read. So I highly encourage
Yeah,
you to
send that
find
to
that.
us.
Yeah,
I
I
would
will.
like to
It's on
read
the
it.
New York Times. And yeah, them's the headlines for the week of
Them's the heads.
September 12th,
very nice.
2024.
Excellent. I just have a couple. The first one is from Consequence of Sound and literally every other news site. Dave Grohl announces birth of daughter outside of marriage. Shocker.
Oh,
Not. Yeah. So he's a huge piece of shit. Wow. Whatever. He's a rock star. They do this.
yeah,
No surprise
we were
here.
talking about this at dinner the other night. And yeah, it's kind of like I don't remember what your exact phrase was when you said, but you're like, basically, what did you say in the text? Something like my hero worship of rock stars is officially dead or something like that, because he was like the nice one, he was the
He
good one,
was a nice one.
and that's
He
it
was a
is
nice one, but he's still a pig. Like rock stars are pigs
that's
too.
I
So
think I
yeah,
think that
that's
settles
what I
it. I
wrote.
think
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
settles it. There's no
Yep.
really escaping it. And I don't know, did they
No.
release any details about like what, or
No,
is it just
no.
because
They
he
didn't
he
really release any details other than his a formal statement of, saying he hopes to regain his wife and his daughter's trust again
He did. He
as
did.
he welcomes
he's
this
gonna
new daughter
he's
He
gonna
did.
need some
into the mix.
babysitters. So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure he is trying to
he
mend
did.
fences.
He did. I did read that he retained a divorce lawyer before he told his wife and children. So,
Oh boy.
so
Ugh.
just
Yikes. Yeah, that
yeah,
sucks.
But
That
he like
really
announced it
sucks.
himself, didn't he? Like tweet out like
yeah. He
basically
did it
he like
himself.
Yeah,
nobody
he
busted
did it
him. So
himself.
I
Yeah.
guess a little bit of credit there that he didn't wait until, but I mean it was coming, so maybe not so much credit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
uh,
You live long enough, you're gonna make some mistakes. But yeah, like he was the nice guy in rock and roll, and that's
yeah.
kind of is too bad. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is too bad. But I do enjoy the memes of what the baby's gonna look like, and it's him in Foo Fighters with the braids and the braces. Oh,
That is funny.
fantastic.
That is
Fantastic.
funny.
And then last headline, this is from MSNBC and literally every other news outlet. John Bon Jovi praised for saving a woman's life in Nashville. You can watch the video if you would like, but basically there is a woman who was about ready to jump, and Bon Jovi and one of his members of his band walk over, very nicely and coax her off the ledge. And I just find it very ironic because this guy has made music that has wanted, made me want to kill myself. So there you go.
Very
Hey,
nice. Very nice.
Hey,
uh,
Very nice.
hey,
Yeah. But
it is.
my faith in rock stars is
hey.
slightly
That's what I'm
restored a
saying.
little bit. You
We
were really
start off with a
you
pig, and then we
you
end
were
with Bon
doing you were like
Jovi saving the day.
the yin yang thing
The
of
yin and the
yeah, I
yang.
like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I like
Uh,
that. Nice work. Nice work.
yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
That's
Yeah,
bookending, like they call
yeah.
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can make a lot of jokes, but I don't want to. That's how good I feel about that story.
Aw, that's
That is
nice.
a feel good
You
story.
can tell like one joke.
No, I mean, if I was gonna say, well, when she got off the ledge, she was like, "Where's your tour bus?" I mean, that's not a great joke. So that's
I
I don't
think she
want
was like, "But I'm halfway there," and she was like, "No."
Sorry, that was really close to the mic. All right.
living on a prayer.
Uh,
Live
plug, plug, plug,
all of
plug,
them.
plug.
Yes, plugs. Let's go. Here we go. Well,
You, the ice cream manufacturer. You, the frozen food distributor. And you, the food retailer. Stand today in the midst of a selling revolution. For today, you're in a merchandising era of self-service, where display and accessibility are the key to successful merchandising. Yes, today's problem is merchandising. To sell in high volume for high profits, frozen products are impulse items. And impulse buying is primarily an emotional decision.
Well, I dropped my phone down into my chair. I can't bend over. Oh wait, maybe that's it. Hold on. Yeah, my list of plugs in it. The cat took me by
I'm gonna send
surprise.
you one of those like claws on a stick so you can.
Beth wants me to buy one of those because I
Does
was
she really?
you
yeah.
really need to
You do
get
need
one.
She was like,
a reach
she's
stick.
because she's leaving for a week, and she's like, you can't because I today I spilled it. You guys don't need to hear about that. My sad life. Let's see. Jabberjaw. Okay. So I watched this movie last week and I really liked it and it's really weird and really funny and really odd. Uh, and it's called Destroy All Neighbors. And
Huh.
because I would love you guys to go in cold on this movie. Anyone that's listening to me, it's called Destroy All Neighbors. It's got some people you know in it for sure. Um, and the movie is about a guy and all he wants to do is finish his prog rock record. That's all he wants to do.
Oh my god, I'm in. Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds wow.
So I watched this thing. We watched this thing on Showtime, a documentary about UFOs. It's called UFO, and it's about the new
Oh, I've seen
UFOs.
that. It's great.
Yeah, it was quite good. They talked about Skinwalker Ranch a little bit. They
Yep.
talked about the Ding Dong Tom DeLong was in it. That rhymed.
Uh-huh.
Ding Dong Tom DeLong.
That was really good
That
too.
was good. Big Dog Tom DeLong. Wow, it rolls right
uh,
off the tongue.
It
he
really does. It's
he
fun.
uh, he he's in it and his thing and it's great because it's got like a bunch of conspiracy theorists and then there's like the guys that are double down conspiracy theorists that are like I mean they're like triple conspiracy. I mean like it's I was just like whoa. I mean like it's like wormholes into their I mean I was just like holy shit. Especially the guy that thinks that Ding Dong's organization is a is a front by the US government to get people. Yeah, it's nuts. Anyway, but it's good and it's interesting, and there's a lot of really neat footage, and there's some decent people stuff too. I don't know. It's worth
What was that
Okay.
called?
Yeah, yeah.
What was it
I
called
liked
again?
it.
it's just called
Yeah.
UFO.
UFO.
What's it on?
It's on Paramount Plus,
Showtime.
Showtime. We have Showtime on Paramount Plus.
That's where I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like the same. One in
Oh
the
yeah,
same
they
now.
are. Yeah.
I want to follow up with that show I was talking about last week called Danger Five. So I finished season one, and then I started watching season two this week, and it completely pivoted stylistically. And in the first season, it's a love letter to all kinds of things that I like: cheesy Godzilla movies, terrible sci-fi, terrible spy movies, uh, 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 just it's great. Anyway, but it's very much all kinds of stuff that I absolutely adore. Second season, they completely pivoted, and it is an homage to '80s action movies, and it is
Ooh.
Hmm.
hardcore. Like there's the ninja episode where the guy becomes a ninja master and takes out a bunch of people. There's the episode where they go to like you know Paraguay to stop a cocaine. I mean, it's all like 80s VHS kind of movies that you would rent, from Dillon's or wherever, in the 80s, like, Ninja 3 or, anyway, and everything about it stylistically wise, it's the same cast. It's basically, and it takes place in the 80s. So the first series took place during the 40s. Same characters, it's in the 80s. And in the first series, their main goal is to kill Hitler. And in the second series, their main goal is to kill Hitler, who is still somehow alive.
Hilarious. That's pretty cool.
It is great. So anyway, but stylistically, so I would say, like, if season 1 is like my favorite thing I've seen in forever, season 2 will be Matt's favorite thing he's seen in.
I will definitely make it. Where can I obtain?
You can see the first episode on YouTube. It's called Danger 5 for season 1, but you can also get it on the Shout TV
Okay.
channel or their website. You can go and you can watch it there.
One of those free channels, like the other day, reminded me of you because it had like all like 17 episodes or 17 seasons of Cheaters, and
Yes.
I was like, oh man,
I have that
I
book
don't remember
marked.
what it was, but I was like, when it was like, under my recommendations, they're like things we'll think you'll like. And number 1, 17 seasons of Cheaters, and I was like, oh damn, these brilliant algorithms. Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
I do actually have that channel watched. I've never watched more than 10 minutes because Beth wouldn't deal with it. But second off, like, it's just not any fun without you, Matt, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, we will make up for lost time at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
All 7. I think we should set that as a goal. All 17 seasons.
Yeah.
Straight through. See if we survive it.
And then we'll make a documentary.
Absolutely. I think that's a great
Fucking
idea.
God.
I've seen less interesting documentaries.
I love documentaries, but I'm not watching that one.
What if you're in it?
I will literally, this will be my cameo. Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh shit. Bye.
And just for my fun little thing, my personal, like, stupid thing that I've been doing when Beth hates it, but she tolerates it a little bit. But I'm watching Daria, the animated show from MTV.
Yes.
Start to finish.
What the fuck, man? I literally wait. Can I want to show you something.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, look at that. That's a beauty.
Cool. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Thank you, Mondo.
I will honestly say I've never actually seen the whole show front to back, and I'm at season 3 right now.
I'm very excited for you.
Oh,
I'm very excited for you.
It's very good. It's very clever. It's very funny.
Fantastic.
And then for my music pick this week is kind of a strange one, but it's the website Bandcamp. And if you're not familiar with Bandcamp is basically a website for artists that want to be able to control their own sales. So they don't want to put music on Spotify. They don't want to do the streaming stuff or whatever, but they want to release their stuff digitally. So they put it on Bandcamp. They're completely in charge of it. They get 90% of the sales. People can you set a price and you can pay whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. And it's like 6 Fridays, first Fridays every year, they do something called Bandcamp Friday, where labels will go in there and be like, pay what you want for albums. You can get not just MP3s, but you can get FLAC, you can get WAV files, you can get high, it's nice. But what I would recommend, and this is my fun thing to do, now when I can't sleep or whatever, is if you go to the Bandcamp front homepage, bandcamp.com, at the bottom, it shows you in real time people what they're buying right now across the world. And it goes really fast. But that is the most fun, to pick random shit from that line, because someone purchased it and you're like, and you're like, and it could be from Japan. Usually it's not, but I mean, but you can base it on the name of the band, the name of the album, or the picture of the album, and just, you can find the strangest stuff. And there's no algorithm there. That is straight up fucking, like, what'd you call it, buffalo slots last week? Like, you just don't know what you're gonna get. And so it's a lot of fun. So if you want to really truly get out there and find a playlist that is not algorithm related, go to the front page of Bandcamp and just start clicking around. And so those are my plugs this week.
Very
excellent.
Nice.
Very well done.
I like that. Like
Smith?
a musical adventure. You have no idea where it's taking you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it is like a musical adventure.
I like that. I only have one plug this week, and it is a new show on FX, also on Hulu, I believe.
Oh, I almost plugged this.
and it's called English Teacher, and
Oh fuck, we haven't
it's
watched it yet. Is
excellent.
it great?
It's
Okay.
Very,
really
very
funny.
good.
It's really funny. It's not to give too much away, but it's about a gay male English teacher in high school, and it is brutal, and it is hilarious. It is one of the
Excellent.
funnier comedies I've come across in a
And the
while.
kids are amazing in it.
It's so funny. Like
Yeah.
the last. Did you watch the latest episode? The
No,
third episode?
we watched the
watched
first.
it.
We watched the first 2 last night. Actually, it was.
Yeah, there's 3 episodes. The last one was really good, but yeah, it's just if you
Cool.
just like straight up kind of single camera comedies, it's really good. It's really good. It's been getting really good reviews. Finally started to check it out, and
It's like an
yeah.
edgy. It's like an edgy elementary or what's
yes. What was that highly regarded ABC elementary Abbott Elementary?
Abbott Elementary.
It's like an edgier version of that, but still like as heartwarming, basically in the same way. So
Yeah, like the whole premise it starts off with, which doesn't give it too much away, is that they've ruled that like teachers cannot have relationships with other teachers on the staff, and there's this guy that he's like really attracted to, and it's hilarious. So anyway, check it out and on Hulu, 3 episodes, and yeah, very funny. Hope they do. They'll probably do 10, but I hope they do more. So yeah, and it's actually it seems like the creator, which I didn't realize this, but the main star is Brian Jordan Alvarez. Does that ring a bell? I recognize him
He's done
from
a lot of
something.
stuff on like YouTube and TikTok. Jonas follows him on Instagram, and they're
Oh,
pretty
really?
funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's
a funny dude.
he's very funny. So anyway, that's
I
my
noticed
brief.
that
But
I noticed that the girl teacher, the one that was the football coach in the second one, she wrote the pilot episode. So I think a
did
lot.
she really?
Yeah. So I think
Oh, that's cool.
That
her
is
name's
cool. Yeah.
Koenig. Sorry, Koenig. So I think they're all kind of involved in it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and also
Interesting.
Enrico Cole. I'm going to masker his name, but
Oh, yeah.
Enrico Colantoni, Cannelloni.
I am not pronouncing names this week, and you guys know why. I texted you about it. We're not bringing it up.
Very funny. But no, otherwise known as the dad from Veronica Mars, who, if you've got a soul, you love, and so he's in the show as well as the principal, and he's fantastic.
Once again, I have not watched Veronica Mars.
Oh, I'm actually in the midst of a rewatch. I'm just got to season 4.
I've watched Gilmore Girls twice. Does that make up for
that
it?
counts.
That's good. But I mean, you're really robbing yourself of not watching Veronica.
It is.
I know. I still feel ashamed.
First off,
someday
you won't come out actively hating some of the characters from Veronica Mars. Actually, that's not true. You might. That's now that I think about it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see kind of a fresh face on it, because it took me I think it took Tyson a while to kind of talk me in, because it was on the CW, and if you remember what was on the CW
that's
at the time,
a big reason.
But
not gonna lie.
it's special. It's special.
Right.
Yeah. So I've read the books too. I've never read the books, but I need to read the books.
I've read the books.
I've heard they're pretty good.
The first one, the audiobooks, Kristen Bell read it, and it's excellent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I've got
I like her.
I've got an Audible credit, so maybe I know where that credit's going. Yeah.
Second book's good, but somebody else read it, so it's not as much fun.
Not as good. No.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
those are my plugs. Yay.
Very nice. Very nice. I have a few plugs and one unplug.
Yay.
So for plugs, there is an album that came out. Tyson Smith, I don't know if you guys have listened to it. Manning Fireworks by MJ Lenderman.
Oh, yeah.
Ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Have you listened to that, Tyson?
MJ Lenderman rings a bell.
Yeah, you know why? Because when we were down at your house, and I was like, this is the new Tom Petty. And you guys, he's no new Tom Petty. Yeah. You like
is
that?
Is this where I say we were wrong and you were right?
Yeah. This is where you say it.
Anyway, great new album. I love the single wristwatch.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Poor Tyson.
Oh, yeah. He is. You're right. That is gratified plus pissed equals time. Tyson Dynus now. Yeah.
Every goddamn
time. Look at that.
The look on Tyson's face after I said his name, and you're just like,
that's hilarious. Oh, that's so nice.
Well played.
I may cry. Well played.
I may cry.
Wow.
He's no Tom Petty. Go ahead.
Listen, just get us in a room together with a bunch of YouTube videos.
He's great.
Talk that shit.
Isn't
He
that
is very good.
yeah.
He is very good.
Yeah.
He is very good. That song Wristwatch I have listened to many times this week. So check it out, kids. Tyson was right. We were wrong. I don't know about the Tom Petty thing, but whatever. There is also there's a new season, the newest season, I should say, of Slow Horses on Apple Plus that came out. If you have not watched it yet, you should. Jonas has now seen it twice. I have watched the entire series once, but I can't wait to watch it twice. It's basically about the rejects from MI5. And Gary Oldman plays the guy who is the boss of them. And that's all I'm going to say. It's fucking great.
It is. It's really
Definitely.
It is. It is a little bit, as the name. It is a little bit of a slow build, I would say.
Is,
So
for
give
sure.
give
Agreed.
it 2 or 3 episodes, and you'll be.
Yes.
It's excellent. Couldn't agree
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then this plug is just dumb. Kamala's facial expressions during the debate.
Okay. I'd wear that T-shirt. I would.
I want that T-shirt. Maybe I don't know. I feel like that's when we get sued. I wanted to make a T-shirt with all of them.
Fun project. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do something. We just won't sell it on our shop, which people should buy some of our merch.
No, we'll just sell it, and we'll just say, look, all profits go to her campaign.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah, there you go.
I think there's something about being a public figure and be able to sell their likeness without repercussions. So I'm gonna Tyson. You're talking to your attorney.
You have a lawyer, yeah.
What if I were to just throw this out there?
Listen, don't give Smith and I your lawyer's number. All right. That'll be the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And then I have one more plug. It is the hat that I'm wearing, and it's on the website that I love, and Tyson introduced us to. Look at all the plugs for you, Tyson. That I'm giving you this week.
It is redemption night.
It really is.
You guys are just being nice. Thank you. Nice.
Thank you. Love you, buddy. All right. It's pattylapel.com. And if you want a Greta Gerwig hat like this one, you can get it there. I swear to God. I just looked. They also sell other hats and pins and T-shirts, and it's great. It's all pop culture shit. A lot of film, mostly film, I would say. But good stuff. And then my unplug is squirrels in Colorado. I am over them. I don't know if this is like I'm 41 and I just want to see birds at the bird feeders, but I'm fucking done with them eating the bird seed. I have literally gotten a squirt gun, and I'm pretty sure my neighbors think I'm shooting them with a real gun because it does make a real gun sound. I'm over it. I do not like squirrels. I know there are lots of people that listen to this podcast that like squirrels. I apologize.
You know that.
I talk to our fan base, which is 11 people.
Okay.
11, 12, maybe 13 now.
I was just like,
there's a lot of people that like squirrels that listen to us. So
do you? Have you tried this capsaicin bird feed?
Not yet. Is that a suggestion? Because I am open to suggestions.
It worked.
If anybody wants to.
It worked for our daughter-in-law. She had the same problem. She hates the squirrels. So basically, it's birds can't. They don't have the taste buds that register hot, spicy foods.
Oh, interesting.
So they drench the food with this capsaicin dust, and the squirrels can't handle it. So
can I get it on Amazon?
Oh yeah.
I need it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how they got rid of their squirrel problem, because the squirrels are just like, they'll eat a piece and then they'll be like, bah, bah, bah,
interesting.
Try again and then run away. And the birds are like,
excellent.
Birds would be good on hot ones. Yeah, sorry. That's weird.
They would.
Oh my God, Tyson. Birds would be good on hot ones.
That
is the name of our show. Well done.
Nice. That's how organic this all is.
That's right.
It just falls together in the last 35 seconds.
That's right. The last 35 seconds. Meanwhile, for those of you not watching, it is very clear that Dawson is shopping for this right now.
I am. Sorry, I got completely distracted. Again, it's like we're hanging out, and terrible producer. I'll put it on my LinkedIn someday. All right. Well, we have plugged and unplugged. It is game night.
Oh
Fantasy
yeah,
football. No. Does anybody have anybody playing tonight?
I
I
do.
don't
Who's
check.
on this call?
I actually had one of my players might not have started. I don't know, but yeah, no, I have some players because I think I have. Well, it's the Bills in Miami, so I'm pretty sure. I have.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Good luck, guys.
good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck,
Thank you. Yeah,
team.
you as well. You as
Yes.
well.
Yes. Always a pleasure. I
Not a
gotta
reason
go.
to look at my phone. Yeah.
I was complaining
That's
about
what we do best. That's what we do best.
Yep.
right. I was about to check my lineup, and I just complained about you shopping online. So I was like, stop.
Yeah, Tice.
Yeah,
Yeah. All
I know.
right. So, yeah.
I'd be bad on Hot One.
Eat it.
All right.
You are forgiven because your cat looks adorable on your lap right now. So cute. All right.
All right. Let's let these good people get back to their lives.
That's right.
Yes, let's save them. All right. Bye guys. Always a pleasure.
Bye. Say goodbye to the nice people, kitty.
Oh my god.